Good
I
morning.
overheard.
Yes, Nancy.
I overheard your conversation about your membership, expanding the membership, and I have a thought about that. In our Rotary meeting, the whole matter of Rotary fellowships has never been addressed that I'm aware of. I've only been a member for a year, a little over a year. But I'm thinking that if ITHF were to make a video, a short video, just explaining about the fellowship and what it's about, and then distribute that to the various club presidents. It could be shown in 5 minutes in a weekly meeting, and I think you would gain a lot of membership.
Okay, Nancy, what we'll do, thank you for the idea. What we'll do is, how about if we invite you to our next committee meeting and we can discuss it a little further. So we'll do that. Let's see, but let's take a little note of
Yeah, sure. We will do that.
adding Nancy
Yeah.
to our meeting, next meeting. That would be great. So it is 4 minutes past the hour. So I would like to welcome you to our ITHF virtual travels. For those who don't know me, I'm both the chair of the membership committee for ITHF and also of the virtual travel committee. However, the real workers here are Simi Aluwalia, who is always doing all the planning for the programming after we meet. So we really owe to her that all these programs really occurred. So a little thank you to Simi. I also like to thank Siba, who is a member of the committee, Alicia, who is the member of the committee, and let's see, is she still here? And Mid, also a member of the committee, for their ideas and participation whenever we meet. With that, I'd like to again welcome you and give you a few housekeeping details. We will have our presentation. If you have any questions for the speaker, please type them in uppercase letters in the chat so they can be monitored, and then we will address those at the end of the presentation. We will have a little more time for other questions that may come up. And depending on when we finish, we will have a breakout session for about 7 to 10 minutes, depending on the time that we are able to get into the breakout, for the computer to break us into groups of 4 people or 5 to just have some private connections and conversation. Did I forget anything else, Simi?
No, we've covered it.
Could I just ask a favor that when the speaker is speaking, could you please mute yourself when they are speaking?
Thank you, Alicia. Thank you for that. So with that, we will pass this, I believe, to Alicia to introduce the speaker. Is she the one doing that in this session?
Certainly. Rahul, I hope I pronounce your name correctly. Wadhwa?
Absolutely, yeah, perfect.
Thank you. Rahul Wadhwa. Rahul has been a dedicated Rotarian since 1999, following in the footsteps of his parents and continuing a family tradition. His home club is Rotary Agra of Taj Mahal, where his wife, Divya, currently serves as president. His eldest daughter is an active Rotaract in Rochester, USA. A highly engaged Rotarian, Rahul has attended 16 Rotary International Conventions and has been a keynote speaker at 22 international Rotary districts, with 9 of these speeches focusing on polio eradication. His contributions extend beyond speaking engagements. He has served as the Friendship Exchange Chair for 7 years, the Global Grants Coordinator for 13 years across 12 international districts, Membership Chair of the Yoga and Meditation Fellowship, and is an ITHF member. In addition to his Rotary involvement, Rahul is a successful businessman, owning various companies, including finance, tourism, jewelry, furniture, and textile exports. Today, he shares with us his passion for tourism, guiding us through some of the India's UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Let's welcome Rahul. Welcome, Rahul.
Thank you, Alisa, for a nice and very brief, introduction. Thank you, thank you. So, well, very good evening, from India. And I think some side is afternoon, some side is morning. So, hello, everyone. Yeah. So, Shivaji, can I just share? Go ahead and share the screen.
Yes. I already made it co-host. You can share.
Thank you. Okay, so everyone can really see the screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, before I really go on this journey with you all friends, this all got started in the recent, convention in Singapore. And I just came across through ITHF member, your Simi Aluwalia ji, and she said, well, Rahul, you are from tourism, and why not we just have something, on UNESCO sites? I said, wow, so it was actually, a great idea, which actually came from Simi. So thank you, Simi, for just putting this, onto me. And I never thought that I will be really here, presenting this one day to my own Rotarians and ITHF members, So here we go. So this is what we are going through is a great journey of UNESCO sites. Well, India has many sites, but we will be just taking you through some of the very beautiful hidden sites which you will love to cherish, through this presentation. Here we go. So, well, it's a tradition, as you know, namaste. India is always there to welcome you. Then one of the, culture, and this guy in between, I don't know how many of you know, but he is from Rajasthan. And of course, the taste and the food everyone knows about India. So we cannot miss it, before we really go on. Because if we eat well, we do well, So here it is. So now on this tour, we are just covering 8 cities, 8 states, and 15 sites of UNESCO. So that's the one. We start with the capital of India, New Delhi. Here you can see, this is the Jama Mosque in the old Delhi. The next one is the Qutub Minar, a little bit more about it. It was like completed in 1368, tallest minaret in the world, built of bricks. And you can see the immense number of visitors we have, like over 5 million a year, and the technology, at that time in, 1368, the metal it was used is still there, no rusted. And if you really want to climb this, you can do, and just have to go only 379 stairs to the top, and you are there. And as you can see, it was like built in 3 stages, by 3 rulers of India. Over to the next one, the Red Fort. I'm heard everyone knows about this because our Prime Minister, Modi is there to get the flag up. A little bit more about it. This was like completed in 1648. Same like 5.4 million people, and it took a very long time to make this because it's so huge. And as you know, India has a tradition and a long history of, Mughal emperors. So one of the Mughal emperors, Babu Shah Zafar, who came and made this in 1857, against during the British Empire time. And plus the most interesting, which everyone knows about, the Kohinoor. So Kohinoor actually was here, which was, later taken on, to London right now. So if there's anyone, looking from London, so no offense. All right, so something more interesting besides, our UNESCO sites. Well, when you come to India, you always look for food, and especially, when you are on the streets, you look a lot of hawkers, which is India is all interesting about. So these are some of the hawkers on the Delhi street, selling, some snacks. They make it like fresh, right on their rickshaw. It's like a small rickshaw with a little hat on it. You can see even I will say the umbrella, and they enjoy selling it. And the local our Indians and visitors, they really come. They also eat, and they also enjoy how they really make it. So one more beautiful UNESCO site in Delhi. So friends, we are still in Delhi, called Humayun Tomb. This took like 8 years, and this was like built with in the memory of her empress, Big Begum. Her name was Humayun. That's how the name came. This one has like almost 2 million plus visitors per year, and this is one of the largest tomb in India. So we have heard a lot of India has a lot of tombs, including many, but this is one of the largest one what we have in India, and a very interesting one as well. And of course, we cannot miss the rickshaw ride when we are in Delhi. So you have to really, jump on a rickshaw, and your rickshaw, a driver takes you all around into the deep, pockets and the beautiful, busy streets where they are selling all spices and, doing all lot of bazaars and shopping, And then also you cannot miss the paratha, means this is a stuffed bread. As you know, we have naan. Similar to naan, this is like a stuffed paratha, which is like stuffed with, a lot of things. It can be a carrot, it can be a cheese, it can be, potato, it can be onions. This is like a very daily life, you can say our basic, staple food, in India. So everyone in the morning in their homes, they make it. And when they go to their work, they enjoy eating 1 or 2 or 3, this bread, so that they are good like for a while in the evening. So this is like, we have these, shops who sell these parathas, in the local market. And of course, I'm sure everyone has heard about our great Indian railways. So this is something, a great experience, if you come to India and if you have a chance to visit any of the cities, in between, you can just jump on a, train and take a ride. Just enjoy it and just to see, the number of people, traveling. There are millions of people in India, out of billion of our population travel every day on this transportation. So it's like a unique way to travel in between cities in India. Okay, so we move down now to our second UNESCO city, Khajuraho. I am sure everyone would have heard about Kama Sutra. So this is the place, it's called the Love Temples, and where the Kama Sutra was invented. So these are the temples, in and the state is called Madhya Pradesh, MP. There you go. No offense to anyone. Well, well, it was just constructed, between 950 to 150 AD. And as I said, everyone knows in the world about this. This has not many visitors because it is more of a hidden jewel, but still we have, from 0.2 to 0.3 million visitors every year. So you can say it is like almost 6 to 8 hours, from Delhi, from the central. Well, this whole temples, of course, with the Kama Sutra, but they have, the mostly Hindu and Jain temples, giving that whole, prescription of what the Kama Sutra means. And of course, now the next UNESCO site, my home city, Agra, where I come from, and I'm sure everyone knows it, but let me take you there. Taj Mahal. So that's my home city, and there's a beautiful Taj Mahal. And also my club name is Rotary Club Agra Taj Mahal. So well, this is something about Taj Mahal. You know, someone, you cannot believe, like someone who can love so much, you know, that he created this whole beautiful monument of love after her death. You know, we do everything for our loved ones, you know, when they're alive, but this is something very intense of love when you do something, you know, after, you know, your someone has left you. So this was you know, the king made this in the memory of her, you know, wife. So this was like completed in 1653, and you can see the number is like 7 to 8 million, you know, tourists come, you know, to visit this. And it is open like from morning sunrise to evening. And as I said, Mughal King Shah Jahan made this for her beloved wife, Mumtaz Mahal. So one more very interesting thing about this, you know, it has a beautiful significance that it has 22 minarets because it was, you know, made in 22 years. There you go. So you can see 11 in the front and 11 in the back. This is the royal gate where we have the entrance to this beautiful Taj Mahal. Okay, one beautiful moment, I still cherish, so I just, you know, included this. So this is our global grant partner, recently visited in October last year, you know. So we had a project with them from US, Alabama. And then, of course, you know, how we can, you know, forget about road tractors. So they have been to this UNESCO sites as well, you know, road tractors, you know, visiting us. Then it is not only just going and, you know, visiting the Taj Mahal, but you can also always enjoy going at the back of the Taj Mahal, you know. And in 2010, sorry, in 2002, you know, we had the Yanni here, you know, playing his show, you know, for a week. So this is the backdrop of the Taj Mahal. And then another, you know, movement you can enjoy is overlooking the Yamuna River, which flows right just back at the Taj Mahal. And then most important, you know, what I always love is, because I'm a little adventure guy, you know, so whenever I go, you know, there, I enjoy the illusions. So you can see there are 100 illusions in the Taj Mahal. All right, to the next one. What we have in Agra is the Agra Fort, a massive fort. So this was completed in 1573. So it was the, you know, being a big fort, it was the headquarters of our Mughal kingdom. And here also you can see there are like 2 million, you know, visitors every year. And you won't believe, but this is like the main entrance, you know, of the emperor, and this was more of his residence, you know, in 1638. So well, you know, say very, you know, Agra is more of the Mughal city, we call in the other words. And then, you know, I will take you further. One more clip. There you go. You can see, you know, this is the beautiful courtyard in the Agra Fort. I'm sure some of you might have seen this beautiful picture. And then, of course, you know, when you come to India, we talk about food. We should always enjoy some experience. And, you know, whenever we go as an ITHF member, we, of course, join to have some homely made, you know, cooked food. So here also is similar. We enjoy some local cooking as well, which is really more interesting. So you also take something back from India besides some pictures and memories and love and affection, some learning of food as well. And I'm sure you have heard about chicken tikka masala, naan, dal makhni, Okay, Agra also have one of the other beautiful site called Fatehpur Sikri. Allow me to take you to a journey. So this was another one, a beautiful site from UNESCO. This was like, constructed completely in 1573. It's called the City of Victoria. So every Friday, locals are allowed, especially Muslims, to visit the shrine. And I don't know if you have heard about it. The most interesting about this UNESCO, if you really want to have a big wish, so please do visit, and the wish really come true. I mean, that's a belief. That's a strong belief. Many, wishes have come true, coming to this shrine. So this was, one of the capital of our Mughal, Emperor Akbar. And it's also the first planned city at the time of Mughals were here. It's a beautiful 5-floor palace you can enjoy and cherish, when you are here in life. Oh, again, one more interesting city I cannot stop, myself to share with you. This whole city is a UNESCO site, Rajasthan, which is in the state, the city Jaipur, which is in the state Rajasthan. This is the culture. Wherever you go, you find these, guys playing for you everywhere. And they are always happy in a jolly way, welcoming you, talking to you. One of the courtyard in one of the palaces in Jaipur. And interesting thing about Jaipur, the most colorful city we have in India. It was like founded in 1727 by Sawai Jai Singh II. In the whole world, if you look on diamond, so this is the biggest, entrepreneurship where diamond are treated and traded for all over the big companies, if it is a Tiffany or if it is a, Antwerp in Europe or anywhere in the world, or if it is South Africa. The sapphires and the diamonds are really a big, business in this city. So, well, Jaipur is also called as a pink city, And one more beautiful site in this, colorful city, water palace. And this is the real water where the palace is there. And then one more, jewel to add in this city is the Amber Fort. This was like completed in 1599, sorry. And the whole idea about this city, visitors are also many. They're like 2 to 3 million a year. And the interesting part everyone like about it, go on an elephant ride. There you go. So you really, get onto an elephant with your driver and get onto the hill of Amber Fort. And then a beautiful, palace entrance of Amber Fort. Really a photogenic movement, which everyone really loves to make it. And then one more, tradition, as Rajasthan has one of the many traditions, and one of the traditions are, everyone in the rural and many in urban, they tie turban every day. So these all colorful turbans, you see them wearing every day. They keep on change. And, this is what we call as a tie and dye. Another, one more addition, a jewel to this beautiful city is the Wind Palace, where the queens at that time used to sit and view, the hawkers going from one side to another, or if they really want to shop something, they sit from the window and invite them to show what they have, and they buy from that, a story, one label, two label, and they just see the product and say, okay, I want to buy this. This was one of the Wind Palace. And of course, everyone knows about the spice. So, well, this is some movement, where you enjoy the spice market. And of course, you cannot miss, the snake charmer. All right, so friends, this is also one of the interesting thing about Rajasthan. Well, when we, have any weddings, we make, a card, or nowadays we make, a e-card. But now, let me tell you, this is a card. This is a card which is written in Hindi with the date, with the name, with the bride and the groom information. And it is open to the whole village. And this is painted outside their home wall. So anyone who is crossing can have a look, note down the date, and is invited to that function. So it's an open function where thousands of, villagers get together for this event. So it's like a one beautiful card as an open invitation. Another, interesting to add here, every home in the rural area especially, well, we do have, in our urban homes, but in the rural, every home has a way or a place to put, their god. As you know, we have millions of god in India. So this is one of the, significance of a goddess which has been placed just in the home. All right, so we move on to our financial capital of India, Mumbai. One of the largest, railway or the train terminal we have here, Chhatrapati Shivaji. And I don't know if you have heard about it, Dabbawala. And they all meet in this station, every day from Monday to Friday. And this number you can see, they commute almost like 3 million boxes of lunch every day. And there is a system which, Howard University of, Boston also looked onto it. All right, so friends, moving on to the next one, which is in the same state, Mumbai. It's called Elephanta Caves, which was like constructed, between 5th and 6th century. So you can see we are just going so back, in the 80s, and all these UNESCO are still, there, and we love them all, weighing and cherishing them. So well, this is all about, our Shiva. I'm sure you have, heard about Shiva. So it's all about her glory, her actions, and the forms. So this one has like 1 million visitors a year. And there is a small, island near to Mumbai where you have to take a boat and visit this Elephanta, caves. This is more, India, as you know, food, but this is what we are saying about is the sweets. India has so many sweet shops and dozens of varieties of sweets we have, which someone can really cherish. And after all the spicy food, this is more like a sweet on the delicious food you have. Okay, I will just take you to a small clip here.
There's some music or something, but we can't hear it, or at least I can't.
One moment, let me just maybe increase the volume. Okay. Is better?
No.
Oh, one moment, sorry. Let me just give me a moment. Let's share. Those. Is better?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, now, but not clear.
Okay. So moving on to the next UNESCO site. I'm sorry if the volume was low, but I don't know if anyone really heard it very low or it was zero.
It was
Okay, you
very
said
sporadic and choppy. We couldn't really hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
oh, okay.
Okay, that's
So
okay.
this-
Move on. Yeah.
So the next one we have the Aurangabad in the same state, Maharashtra. But I'm audible, right?
Yes, yes, very much.
Great. So the next one in the Aurangabad, we have one. We have two caves. One is the Ajanta caves, and allow me to really get this you through. So this was like constructed in 2nd century BC and 6th century AD, and these are all beautiful caves where one can really spend days. And this one has almost like 4 million. But again, this is a beautiful site, but not very much, when not many our travelers really visit, to this caves. So this is one of the another hidden jewel we have in India. Another one on the same site, we have before it was Ajanta, this is Ellora. So this was like constructed in AD 600 to 1000 AD, way back actually. So it was, you can see, it was very much famous for its largest single evacuation in the world, and it has had like 1.4 million per year, and it is more on the Hindu and the Buddhism and Jain architecture. It represents this whole sculptures what you see in this nice picture, and a lot of sculptures are made from one piece of rock. Well, a little different fun is whenever you go on these UNESCO sites, you always enjoy the blessing from the priests. Of course, the local bazaar. Another site we have Hampi in the state Karnataka. A beautiful site, which is again a hidden jewel in UNESCO. Hampi again has a great history, from 1570 CE, and it has a very huge number of effects. You can 1600 artifacts of surviving, remains what we had from the Hindu kingdom in South India. So the visitors here are somewhere like 0.8 million per year still, although, it's a hidden jewel. Unique feature, we always say about Hampi, is about, its wide chariot street, rows of the pillars and the mandaps, what they have, like we have a big wedding mandaps. So they have huge, sculptures, and the pillars really made out of big mandaps of that time. And there are a lot of, I would say, there are a lot of concerts also takes place, in this Hampi. And of course, you cannot miss, besides, enjoying the elephant ride or, enjoying the rickshaw ride, you always enjoy a tuk-tuk ride going to these beautiful UNESCO sites. Another one, Mahabalipuram, another state of Tamil Nadu. This was again constructed a way back in 7th and 8th century. This is more, dedicated to the shrines, what we have from God Shiva. This one has like 1.5 million visitors a year. And most interesting about this, it is from that, Pallava kings. It took 200 years, going all, and there are 3 generations, getting this through. Well, when you, come to India, to UNESCO sites, you won't miss the real India effect. Meeting the, the cows, the holy cow, holy mother, in the streets of India. And of course, if you have, India on your bucket list, plan your trip, pack your bags, and come to India soon. We will be here to welcome you. This is one of the, sample itineraries we have here, which we have, coming March. And plus, the best time, we have for India is October to March. Well, India is welcomed by all communities, engaging everyone. So be ready, and we look forward seeing you here. Thank you so much, my members, Radiant, going through with me on this beautiful presentation for this evening. Thank you.
That was a great presentation, Rahul. Thank you so much. If you want to stop sharing, we can go into the Q's and A's.
Sure, there you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So if anybody has any questions, I'm just trying to go through the chat to see what questions are in there.
Mm-hmm.
And there is one. Trudy from Delaware asks, I'm wondering about Modi's apparent effort to forget the Muslim history of India in favor of its previous and later Hindu history. So far, most of the sites are from the Muslim period.
Well, it's a mix. So, well, you're right. But here, what we really try to bring up, as I said, some of the really, hidden jewels, which as an all in India, we have like 43 UNESCO sites, but these are only the 18 ones, and something which are, as I said, more hidden, and we really want to, give you that experience, of these, hidden jewels, what we have.
And also, if I may add, when you start in northern India, there was a lot of Mughal influence there because that's where they came into northern India. They didn't go very much into the south. And correct me if I'm wrong, Rahul, but in the south, you'll see more of all the Hindu influence and stuff. And in Mumbai, it's British influence. You see all the buildings and the heritage buildings are from the British Empire.
Correct. So actually, Lord Shiva, is not a Muslim. is from the Hindu religion. So it's like a mixed diversity of our whole country.
Anybody has any other questions, feel free to ask them. Go ahead,
Please.
Sheila, unmute yourself.
Okay, Rahul, will you be at the International Convention in Calgary?
Yes.
Okay, I know you usually have a table in the House of Friendship, so good.
Yes. Good to see you, Sheila.
Been a while.
Well, if there are no other questions, once again, we want to thank Rahul for the wonderful presentation. I know for me, it was all new. So thank you for the
Okay, there is one question from
initiation.
Doris, and she says Mahatma Gandhi was and remains an icon in Indian history. Is there something like a museum or monument where one can visit to learn about him? Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Simiji. And yeah, that's a good question. Well, as we all know, we were like talking about the UNESCO sites, but yes, we have two places, actually three places. One is Delhi, one is Gujarat, and then one in Mumbai. There is a place where we can really, in Delhi, we can really, go to Raj Ghat, where we can really, when he was cremated, the place is called Raj Ghat, and you can be there. Plus, it has a museum. As same, in Mumbai, and the same in Gujarat. So, if you really come down, we will. I will be really happy to take you around and show our footstep of Mr. Gandhi.
Rahul, do you want to quickly tell them about the peace walk, the Mahatma Gandhi peace walk?
Sure.
That would be
Yeah,
interesting for folks.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, as Simi said, I'm really happy and very pleased, as we know, we have area of focus, and one of the area of focus is peace and conflict. So peace, fellowship, I won't say, but a world of peace in the world of our big Rotary. We are planning a Pathway to Peace event in India in the month of, March and April. So it would be like for almost 26 days. And we are planning in such a way that the whole Rotary world, non-Rotarians, Rotarians, their family, they can be a part of that Pathway to Peace. What was really, our Mr. Gandhi walk, and I'm sure if someone have heard about it, it was called the Dandi March, the Dandi March for the salt, for the freedom of India. So that is the real path we will be following every day on each town, each village, each city where he actually walked. So it is a program of 4 weeks altogether. Anyone, it is like, hop on and hop off thing. You can come in for a day, you can come for a week. So I'm sure soon the dates and the fund will be announced, and I will just, share on the board, and then it can be circulated within our ITHF members. So it would be a great historical, movement in Rotary during that event.
So it's the walk that Mahatma Gandhi did for non-violence, as Rahul mentioned. And how many kilometers is it in total?
I don't remember actually. Yeah, but it was like in kilometers. It was like a big. It was a long walk. Yeah,
It was a
so
long walk.
26 days. Yeah, I think it was more or less 60 kilometers or something. I think more. Exactly, I don't remember.
And what they're planning to do is they're planning to put Rotary peace poles and plant trees along the path as they go along. So it sounds really interesting. Unfortunately, wrong timing for me.
Correct. We have a lot of plans. Not even putting the trees into it. We will be, also doing some great projects in each particular spot where we will be visiting. So each of the club of that particular area will be included, maybe a district project, maybe a global project, but this is something, so it's like a big planning is not only a pathway to peace, but also beyond, pathway to peace, where all our Rotarians can really join, internationally. I would say not really like a international convention, but similar to international convention. I think all the communities and all our Rotarians around the globe will be there to really march and to cherish and to spread, that friendship and, more of fellowship and what, and would see themselves, in life, that what Mr. Gandhi walked, in over years back, making freedom to India.
Just to add to this, October 2nd is the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi, and that day is celebrated throughout India. It's a very special day. It's a holiday.
Yes, correct. Very special day. It's a public holiday as well. And, all the countries really celebrate. And even the schools, they are really open, and we have functions, So this is celebrated in a very big way. He is our father of the nation. Yeah.
I have a question for Courtney. He put in the chat that he's doing the Rotary Friendship Exchange Tour with Rotary Polio India Tour. Where are you going to be going for the polio vaccinations?
Oh, so you will be, this one is particularly, if I'm correct, this is something in January 2025, this event, and this is going to be happen in Agra. So those who are joining in this event, the clubs of Agra have arranged an event where you will really go in the city of Agra, again the Taj Mahal city, and where you will go and give the polio immunization drops, by your own, in life.
So we'll chat about that more, Rahul.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, anytime.
Okay, if there's no more questions, then we can go into we only have 4 minutes left. So, Lihia, your call.
Anyone who wants to stay and do a little breakout session with some of the members, maybe the easiest will be that they raise their hand. And if not, we have had so much information about India that I'm sure people felt that this was the opportunity to listen to India instead of making a connection. So again, Rahul, thank you so much for your service and sharing your country with us. And hopefully we can encourage other people to join us. Please pass the word for those who want to get up at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning in Eastern Standard Time.
Right.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock in the morning.
You have two people who are getting up at 6 o'clock.
Hey, I cannot complain because for Siva, it's 2 o'clock in the morning right now.
Yes.
Yes.
I have no reason to complain.
Exactly.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Believe
We
me,
should
you
let
have
it
some
go to bed.
dedicated committee members here.
Right. No.
Okay,
Could
so
I?
to get to know each other better, we are going to be having a couple of upcoming coffee connections, we call them. And during those, we will have a lot of more time to connect and talk to each other. So
Could I ask?
Timmy can go over the program of whatever we have coming
Just
up.
a sec, Lihia, there's Diane needed to ask a question.
Yeah.
I do have a quick question. I have just been watching a PBS program on epic railroads from the air or something, and it's about the Darjeeling Himalayan Railway, and it's fascinating. Can you speak just a little bit to that? How difficult is it to get to it?
Well, it's again a very, good question. Again, India is such a big country, but again, diversified in all the transportation, people, language, God. So there's a system in the Darjeeling area, where we have a very, train which goes slowly. And there is a place called, we get into a airport called Bagdogra. And from there, we go to the Darjeeling train station. And from there, we jump on a train. And it is more like a steam engine, train. And there are a lot of Bollywood movies, have been on that train as well, So
It's apparently 140 years old, but the construction, it's just fascinating. I would highly recommend it to people.
Exactly.
It's on my bucket list, Doris. I need to do it as well.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been on the railroad.
Plus, there are a lot of tea estates in Darjeeling.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the biggest tree plantation of the whole world is back. You enjoy all the Assam tea, Darjeeling tea. So that is the belt which produce. They're like in thousands of acres of land, where the tea is produced. And they are also sent to Sri Lanka. Although Sri Lanka has our past RI president, he runs that Dilma. But still India also, export a lot of tea to the whole world. So that's the belt. Yeah.
Thank you again, Rahul.
Hey, you're welcome.
Okay, so our next meeting is on September 27th and 28th, and it's going to be about ITHF membership basics. We have had a lot of people inquiring as to how to navigate our website. We are trying within the means that we have to always have the best website that we can have, but we do know that sometimes we do face some challenges. So to accommodate all those who would like to learn more about how to navigate our website, we're going to talk a little bit more about membership, the different perks that you really get, how to try to connect with people, because there are many ways of connecting with others and enjoying ITHF friendships around the world. So put in your calendar, September 27th, 28th, you will get an announcement from Ziva. And then in October, we are going to have Heather McNally. She is going to talk to us about My Scotland. So that will be also a wonderful, wonderful session. So please spread the word among other members that you know. In November, because of the most of the planners are from United States, there will be no meeting. And we will return in December. And just please give me a second. I'll call you right back. And we'll be sorry for that. My thing, it went away. So see me in December.
It'll be earlier in December, the first or second weekend in December. I don't remember the dates exactly, where it's just coffee and connections, talking about the holiday traditions and getting to know each other a bit better.
Yeah. And we are always looking for ITHF members to join our virtual travel committee and help continue the planning. We always have a cozy group of about a total of 40 people who attend between the two sessions our presentations. But I believe that those who attend enjoy them. So in the year to come, we intend to continue them. We may alternate and have them just every other month. And then if people do want to have a coffee connection, we will have a coffee connection in between. So with that, we say goodbye. We thank you for
Thank you,
being
Rahul. That was a
with
wonderful
us.
presentation.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you all.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
All right.
So see you in
Bye-bye.
September.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.